Welcome back to On the Hook. I'm Dylan, and today we're gonna take this awesome local lionfish and take it back to its Asian roots with some sesame chili garlic bok choy and a sweet and spicy orange glaze with a pan-seared lionfish skin on. This is gonna be good.
Hi, I'm Dylan Foster, and I love seafood. I've been in the Myrtle Beach area for more than 15 years, and since then, my life has revolved around seafood. From cooking and catching it, to serving and selling it, I've done just about everything you can do in this industry. So come and join me as we tour the places, faces, and tales of Myrtle Beach seafood. This is On the Hook.
Now, if you missed the episode where we cut this local lionfish, make sure you not only like and subscribe to check out the future videos, but make sure you go on back and check out all those other videos, not only where we cut the lionfish, but we go back and check out all of the other local places, faces, and tales of your Myrtle Beach seafood. Now today, we're working with lionfish. Lucky for us, extremely delicious. So we have our lionfish fillets here, completely off the bone. The only thing that we have to do is to take out the little bit of rib bone and the little bit of rib meat that's right here on both fillets, and then these things are gonna be ready to eat. So to do that, we just bring our knife in right underneath and cut that out there, and then cut on the top side and just trim those bones out. One, there we go, all the way through that skin, and then all the way through that skin there. There we go. While I'm doing this, make sure you like and subscribe this video so you can check out all our other future content, but also in the comments, let me know where you have either A, eaten lionfish, maybe here locally at a restaurant, or maybe in Florida, or maybe even at your house, or if you've been lucky enough to check these things out in the wild, either from scuba diving or snorkeling or something like that, let us know. We'd love to hear your story. And then right down through all of it there, and there you go. That is some good crab bait. If you happen to have a crab trap here, maybe in the inlet, Myrtle's Inlet area, or anywhere off the dock, that rib meat on the lionfish, really any of our local fish, makes really awesome crab bait. So we're gonna set our fillets off here to the side. Those will just sit and get nice, ready for the pan later. But before we do anything else, we need to get our vegetables ready for our bok choy and then for our sauce. So the vegetable that is gonna be the base of our dish is this baby bok choy. And baby meaning that it's just a smaller variety of a normal bok choy, which can get actually quite large. And so the baby bok choy, they're more tender than a larger bok choy. They're also a little sweeter. First, we're gonna trim the bottom off on both of these little stalks. And then we're gonna split them in half, all the way down the middle. Beautiful dark leafy greens. You know, the old saying is the darker the green, the more nutrient rich it is. And that adage holds true to this. We might cut them in quarters, and we can do that already. So we'll cut this one in quarters. We'll cut that one down the middle in a quarter, and we're gonna trim off that little bit of stem there. And that not only is gonna be delicious and nutritious, but it's actually quite beautiful on the plate. You could obviously cut this off and let the leaves kind of separate, but for me, how we're gonna plate it, I like to leave them whole. It's a really beautiful presentation, which you're gonna check out later. So now we have our bok choy done. We're gonna chop up our onion, take the top off and the bottom, and this is a really, really large yellow onion. I'm not gonna need the whole thing, so we're just gonna split it in half, put half down for later. Maybe we'll have that for dinner. We don't need it today for lunch. So we'll peel this onion here. Now we're gonna dice it up. So I start coming down through a nice julienne cut all the way through. This yellow onion is really nice for cooked applications, right? If I was doing a raw application, maybe a salsa or a salad, I might use a red onion or a shallot. So that's enough onion. We'll push that over to the side, get that ready for the saute pan. And the last little bit of vegetable prep that we need to do are these chives. Really nice, fresh, earthy flavor. They're not only delicious, but they really add a beautiful visual note to any dish that they're in. So we're just gonna slice these down. There we have all of the vegetables that we're gonna need for our dish. And then all of our other ingredients. And those ingredients being garlic, minced garlic, red chili garlic paste. So we got a little bit of lemongrass paste, a little bit of ginger paste, crushed red pepper, I love it. A little bit of sesame oil. This stuff a little bit goes a long way. rice wine vinegar, soy sauce, everybody's favorite, the honey, the sweet honey, and then some fresh squeezed orange juice will round out the sauce for our lion fish. Now let's get ready to cook our bok choy. We're gonna take our bok choy and into the pan. First, we're gonna start with a little bit of vegetable oil here. Not a whole lot, about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half. And we're gonna start with some of those amazing onions that we just diced up. You hear that? That sizzle? Now that's a sizzle that you're looking for anytime you're really cooking with oil. If you've ever taken any of our little tips and tricks that we talk about through the show and you've used them and had some success at your home, leave that in the comments. Let us know how you used our tips and tricks to make your dinner a little bit more simple or a little bit better there at home. So once these onions are nice, getting nice and sauteed, we're gonna first take a little bit of garlic. We're gonna add a touch of garlic into these onions. Not too much. We're gonna add a little bit of this crushed red pepper, that garlic chili paste. A little bit goes a long way. So we're gonna start that here on the onions. And now it's gonna, ooh, that smoke coming up there. Whoo, it's like pepper spray. Ha! Whoo! Really spicy, really spicy. Into goes now our bok choy. Bok choy is going right in there. All right, it's gonna be nice. We'll toss it real quick to get some of those onions around. We're gonna add a little bit of our rice wine vinegar. A little bit of soy sauce. And a touch of the sesame oil. Not a lot. All right, we'll just toss that up. Smelling some good stuff there. Ooh, that is powerful. Let's put a lid on there before we start coughing. So that's going to kind of saute and steam in that pot. All of those flavors are going to kind of condense down in there, and that's going to end up being really delicious really quickly. Like I said, we don't want to overcook it. We want to leave all those nutrients kind of rich within that vegetable. We just want to heat it up and not make it really soggy, but we want to still have a nice al dente crust. Before we get rock and rolling, how beautiful is that? That color is really turning bright green. Now let's get started on our sauce. Before we cook this amazing fish, a touch of oil here in the bottom of our pan. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that white onion or that yellow onion that we cut up. Just a touch, quarter cup maybe. Okay. Come back in with a little bit more of our garlic. Garlic. Now our lemongrass paste, ginger paste, chili garlic sambal paste. A little bit goes a long way there, be careful. Crushed red pepper. Really good on pizzas, but also really good in a lot of sauces. Oh, let's check this out. Can you see that? Those onions and garlic, that chili, like, whoa, it caught me a little bit. It's like pepper spray there, man. Don't breathe that stuff in. Here we're gonna add the base of our sauce. And with that, fresh squeezed orange juice is gonna be the base of this delicious sauce. About a cup and a half. The more you put in, the less spicy the sauce will be. It's gonna come up to a boil, and then we're gonna thicken it up with a little bit of cornstarch and slurry. First, let's sweeten it. We got a lot of heat there. Now we're gonna add a lot of sweet. Honey, honey, honey. So we have our honey, we have our orange juice. We're gonna add a little bit of our rice wine vinegar for that citrus, tangy note that we're looking for. So for our slurry, what we're gonna do is take our orange juice and we're gonna add some cornstarch to that orange juice. So we're just gonna add some of this cornstarch right to the liquid there, right to that orange juice, and then mix it around. I find it easier and much more efficient to add the cornstarch to the liquid as opposed to adding the liquid to the cornstarch. If you add the liquid to the cornstarch, it might get really thick, really hard to kind of mix around sauce. And that, I think, is really nice. About 1-to-1 orange juice to cornstarch there. That's going to make a really nice slurry for us. So we're just going to start drizzling our slurry in. And it's going to immediately start calming that boil down. And it'll thicken up really quickly. So I didn't add very much. A tablespoon, maybe 2. Let me grab a spoon here so I can show you really how thick that sauce has gotten. Really a nice thick glaze. Really nice thick sauce. As you're holding a back of a metal spoon or wooden spoon, you can draw a line right through it, and that is called nappe. The French call it nappe. That's what we're looking for to make sure we have a really nice thick sauce that's going to hold on to our fish. Because this fish is going to be served and cooked with the skin on, we want to start with a lower heat and render that fish skin kind of slowly, so it's going to be really nice and crispy. Kind of like if you're making a nice bacon at home. What about you? But I love a good bacon, if you can't tell. This is a bacon body. And now let's get our fish seasoned. We're going to use our house blend that we do here at Tucson Seafood. It's a little house blend that we make. If you have an all-purpose blend that you like, that's perfectly fine as well. For me, this is my go-to. So we're going to liberally season both the top and the bottom, the meat and the skin. So there you go. And when I mean liberally seasoned, I mean nice and seasoned there. All right, we want the flavor to really be all around. Flip that over. Now get the skin. We've got that nice scaled skin there. It's going to add a lot of crispiness. So we're going to take our seasoned fillets. We're going to put them in fish skin down, skin side down first, into the pan. You hear that? All right, that's that sizzle I was talking about earlier. So skin going down in. Kind of give it a little pressure, make sure we're good there. This one, same thing. Skin going down. All right. Okay. And then that's going to slowly start rendering the fat out of that fish skin. You wouldn't expect it, but fish skin actually does have a lot of fat in it, and that's where that crisp is going to come from. And you can watch the fish slowly start to cook up through. You can see that start to turn white, from white to pink. That's the fish cooking from the bottom side up. All right, so this fish has been on here for a couple of minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes, depending on the thickness of the fillet. It's about 50% or 60% of the way cooked through. Let's give it a little peek and see how our skin is looking on the other side. So be very gentle here. You don't want to rip it. And check this out. Oh boy, crispy skin there. Look at that. Let's try this one. Oh boy, it's gonna be crunchy like a potato chip almost. That's exactly what we're looking for. Now it's just going to cook on the other side for another couple minutes. It's going to cook a little faster on this side because it doesn't have to go through the heat. So let's grab our plate right here. We're going to use this long, beautiful platter. Let's get working with our Bok Choy first and foremost. Pull this Bok Choy off. Nice and sauteed. And we're just going to start placing this Bok Choy right down here on our platter. You see how it held together? We left it together, so it's going to hold together nicely. All right, not overcooked. The fish is not overcooked. It's just cooked through, which is what we want. Overcooking fish is kind of a common mistake that people make. They cook it until it's dry. That's not what you want to do. Good fish is still going to be very moist on the inside, and it's going to continue to cook as you're pulling it out of the pan. So you want it to just cross that finish line right before you're eating. Set that right down here. Look at that. Good crunch there. Whew. Let me turn it around here for you to see. See how nice and succulent and juicy that meat is still there? Oh boy, it's bright, white, not dry, really moist and succulent. This is our spicy orange glaze with our onions and ginger and lemongrass, chili garlic paste, thickened up with our orange slurry. Let's pour some of that right over top. Finish it off with some more of our green scallion and our green chive, and there you go. Crispy local lionfish with a garlic chili sauteed baby bok choy and that sweet and spicy and fully delicious orange glaze over top of that crispy lionfish. Thanks for joining us today on The Hook. This is Dylan, and make sure you like and subscribe those videos so you can check out all of our other places where we explore the places, faces, and tales of your Myrtle Beach seafood.
Beach easy.